If you want to use email marketing to build a stronger relationship with your customers, blow up your next Amazon product launch, and leverage your list to scale your Amazon business, then keep watching this video. In this video, I'll be going over 7 email marketing strategies Amazon sellers need to try in 2022 if they want to steal sales from their competition, scale their business faster, and be able to sell their business for more at the end of the day. I've personally tested all these strategies and they're super effective, so let's jump into it. Real quick, before we jump into it, if you don't know me, my name is Ian Smith with Evolve Media. We're an Amazon marketing agency that helps sellers boost the conversion rate of their listings using photo and video content. We actually put many of our conversion rate boosting strategies in our free Amazon listing checklist. You can get access to this by going to zonchecklist.com. At Evolve Media, we also help sellers rank higher, get more reviews, increase their return on ad spend, bring in new customers through off-Amazon marketing strategies, and we even help sellers obtain their Amazon customer data like their names, mailing addresses, emails, and phone numbers. So if you are needing help with scaling up your Amazon business, then book a free consulting call with me by going to evolvemediaagency.com. So now let me explain these Klaviyo email marketing strategies to help you scale on Amazon and use email content to get more customers. So I broke up this video into 3 different parts: email acquisition, email delivery, and then ongoing emails. So let's start with email acquisition because you gotta first get the email before you can send anything out, right? Well, if you don't currently have any of your current customers' email addresses, like your list is 0, then we have a service that can help you out. We actually have an Amazon customer data download service where we can basically export the last few months of your Amazon customer data, and we can get their names and mailing addresses and then use that information to find their email addresses. So once we find their email addresses, you gotta remember this is cold email marketing. They didn't opt in to receive email promotions. So we gotta go about emailing them in a very safe and careful way. Now, how do you do this? You start small. So let's just say that we were able to export at like 10,000 of your past Amazon customers' email addresses. Well, instead of emailing all 10,000 at once, you want to first email like 1 to 3,000. So that's option A, is getting your past Amazon customer email addresses and then emailing them that way. The other option is how do you acquire new customers coming in and how do you actually build your list ongoing in a more warm way where they're actually opting in. So how you can do this is on the front end, if you're doing any off Amazon marketing or external traffic driving strategies, you can drive them to a landing page which has an email pop-up, and that email pop-up can say, hey, get 25% off your purchase by giving us your email, or enter to win this awesome giveaway by giving us your email. Or you can say, get this free digital download by giving us your email. So you can get their email from cold traffic by a landing page popping up and asking for their email. Other ways you can do it is through a product insert. You can do a direct mail campaign where you basically mail all your past customers. Now, again, you would need to do our data download service to get your customers' names and mailing addresses. Once you have those mailing addresses, you mail them a postcard. The postcard simply gives them an offer. Maybe it's a free product or it's a promo code, big discount, right? Which drives them to a landing page for them to then put in their name and email address, opting in for that actual special offer. Now, if you don't have any past Amazon customers and you don't want to drive external traffic and run Google search ads or TikTok ads because maybe that's too pricey, it's not in your budget, then there is a third option where you can simply buy an email list. We have a couple different ways that you can do this. One way is by Instagram email scrapes. Basically, we have a service where we can go into Instagram, find a page that is your competition or highly followed by a lot of your potential customers. We can pull all the email addresses of the followers of that page, get their emails, and then you can start cold email marketing to those people, telling them about your brand, delivering them helpful content, giving them offers and things like that. If you don't like the Instagram email scrape option, then there are other options for buying email lists based on demographics and interests and things like that. So if you're interested in any kind of cold email marketing approaches or getting your past Amazon customer data or anything like that, then book a free call with me by going to evolvemediaagency.com. If you're already sold on our data download service, then you can just go to ema.evolvemedia.agency to sign right up now. So there are a few options for you as far as acquiring emails, getting emails into your possession. Now, again, when you actually email these people, you don't want to just go straight sales driving. I mean, you can if you give them maybe like a promo code or something, but really you want to hit them with some content, blog style emails, and in a nice way, introduce them to your products in a not super spammy way, in a very casual way, like, oh, by the way, if you have this pain point, then you may like our product. Another idea is if you have a piece of content like 3 ways to lose 50 pounds in 3 weeks, then you can post that content piece on a blog landing page, and then you can send out an email saying, we just wrote this really awesome blog, click here to read it now, links them over to that landing page, and then when they're on that landing page, you can get them pixeled, like a Google Pixel, Facebook Pixel, TikTok Pixel, any of these different ad platforms have a pixel, right? Put that on your landing page, then you can build custom audiences so that you can retarget them, run some ads on them down the road. Also, if you drove them to that blog style landing page, maybe you also have an email pop-up that gives them some kind of free digital download or a promo code or enter to win, because just because you got their email doesn't mean that they actually gave you permission. So you may want to actually have them opt in, because when they actually opt in, the chances of them actually opening and clicking down the road are a lot better, and they will actually be more engaging with the emails once they get your future emails. So it's always a good idea if you're hitting cold lists to get them to opt in again, right, and actually opt in to get your email marketing. Then down the road, once you've got this list warmed up, they're familiar with your product, they may even be potential customers, then when you actually go to launch a new product, it's gonna blow up a lot better, it's gonna do a lot better, you're gonna be actually able to increase the sales velocity in a massive way, and you'll really be able to drive traffic to get people to buy when you actually need them to buy, because you did the legwork in the past and warmed up that list. Another idea for content that you could do is comparing 3 different products. So let's say that you have your product and then 2 of your competition's products. This could be like a form of content where it's kind of like Amazon finds kind of thing, where it's like, hey, if you're interested in this, here's 3 different options, and we actually broke down the differences between these options and the different price points. So if you're interested in a more premium quality product, then here's ours. If you're interested in maybe a lower price point with lower quality, here's a couple other options. So you can kind of create different blog style pieces of content using products and using your products to actually plug and introduce them to your products' features and benefits. All right, so now let's talk about email deliverability. Now, what is the point of email marketing if it just goes to the junk folder, right? It's completely pointless, so you gotta make sure that you're avoiding the junk folder and landing in inboxes. Now, the first way I'm gonna tell you how to do this is by warming up your actual domain name with the different email platforms out there, preferably Gmail, right? It's one of the biggest. So what I do to warm up a domain name with Gmail is I use a tool called lemlist/lemwarm. Basically, the brand is called Lemlist, but there's like a tool inside this platform called Lemwarm. It's like $29 a month, basically. And what happens is there is this large network of different Gmail accounts. And basically, you're gonna link up your Gmail account that's gonna be using your domain name. So mine would be evolvemedia.agency, right? So I'm gonna put in my email address with that domain name into this Lemwarm tool. And that is gonna basically control my email and send emails to cold emails, right? That people that I've never emailed before. And when those people receive it, this whole tool is going to pull it out of their junk folder, label it as important, put it in the inbox, and make sure that it stays in the inbox, right? If it goes to the categories, it's gonna remove it from the categories, put it as an important email in the inbox. So as this happens about 40 times a day, it's gonna send an email from my account to somebody else, and it's gonna send it back to me, then it's gonna completely bounce around emails, and it's going to be removing my email from the junk folder, putting it in inboxes, basically teaching the artificial intelligence that is Google inboxes and Google emails that my emails are not junk. And what that happens is my deliverability to inboxes improves greatly, because Gmail now sees my email as credible and it just delivers them right to the inbox. So now Gmail is going to see any email that comes from my domain, evolvemedia.agency, it's going to immediately put it into the inbox, and I'll have more credibility, more street cred with Gmail, and that's going to make my email marketing a lot more effective because I'll be avoiding Gmail junk folders. So again, Lemlist and Lemwarm is the tool that you do this, $29 a month. I highly recommend it. I personally use them for my own domains and my own email marketing, and it greatly works. It works great. It's incredible. Now, the next thing that you want to do when using Klaviyo is set up a dedicated domain. Now, what you do here is you're going to create a subdomain. So I have evolvemedia.agency, right? So I'm going to create a subdomain that's going to be send.evolvemedia.agency. Now, this is also going to greatly help my emails that I send out of Klaviyo avoid the junk folder and go straight to the inbox, because I'm not using a shared domain. I'm actually using my own branded dedicated domain. Another thing to keep in mind with this is that when you're doing Lemwarm or you're doing doing things in Klaviyo, start small, send a low amount of daily emails at first, and then increase it over time, especially with Lemwarm. I think I'm at the point where I'm sending 40 Lemwarm emails a day, but when you're just getting started and you haven't sent any emails from a specific domain of yours, you wanna start at like 5, 10 emails a day, and then gradually increase that. And lastly, another thing you can do to increase your deliverability is to limit the amount of links that you put in an actual email body. So you don't wanna have like more than 3. I would say limit it to like 1 or 2 different links, URLs that you're gonna put inside an email blast. This also counts for those links at the very bottom where you may be linking to like your social media account or different things like that. Like literally only have 1 or 2 links in the actual body of the email, and that's going to help you avoid the junk folder as well. All right, so now let's talk about ongoing emails and email marketing strategies in general. By the way, if you need help with setting up ongoing email marketing, or you just wanna send out some newsletter blasts and you wanna hire me and my team to help you, again, go to evolvemediaagency.com, book a call with me, and we can talk about how many emails you're wanting to send, what kind of content you wanna send out, and things like that. So when it comes to ongoing emails, you really just need to focus on the ongoing part. Don't just send out 1 a month, that's not ongoing. You need to be sending out 1 every 2 to 3 days. It needs to be a natural ongoing thing. So create a welcome flow. As emails get added in, they're gonna be put into an email sequence, and then every 2 to 3 days, maybe every 4 days, maybe one day they get 2 emails in a day, mix it up a bit, but have ongoing emails hitting them. And then over time, you're gonna find out which users are not opening at all, and then you're gonna wanna clean your list and remove those people who haven't opened any of like the last 10 emails that have been sent out. Cleaning your list on a regular basis is actually gonna help your deliverability. So when it comes to the actual welcome flow and the ongoing sequence, you can do things like offers, you can do things like the blogs that I told you about, you can do things like stories. People love stories, so if you wanted to tell your brand story, just make it a little bit more entertaining than maybe real life really happened. So tell them a story about how you were a person working in corporate America making 40 grand a year or something, not happy with your life, and you wanted to make a jump, and so you started a side hustle and you started really researching into XYZ. Just make it a really engaging story. People love stories, so you can either write this entire story in your email, or you can also link them to an actual landing page where you have this full out story. And if you do the landing page, obviously you want to put a pixel on that page. Now, when it comes to building these different types of emails, you can either go with an HTML pretty type of email where you got like images and you got buttons and you got graphics and things like that, or you can go with the more plain text approach. Now, I've personally seen the plain text emails get a really high open and click rate versus the pretty HTML type of emails. They look pretty and great, but they don't always get the clicks and the opens because they may go to the junk folders or the categories folders. So the pretty emails are great for like breaking up big bodies of text, but at what cost? Compromise, right? If you want to add more of a story approach where it's just straight up text, maybe you go with a plain text, but definitely split test between pretty HTML and plain text type of emails. Look at your open rates, look at your click rates, and then make a determination of like, which do you want to do more of? Now, when it comes to actually pitching your products and talking about features and benefits, I would say don't always be giving them a coupon offer or a discount. Talk about the features and benefits. Maybe talk about customer testimonials and success stories and things like that, before and afters type of stuff. You can definitely put this in emails. Put it in emails because this is going to be a great warmer-upper so that when you want to hit them with an offer, maybe it's Mother's Day or Father's Day or Christmas or Black Friday, then you hit them with an offer, then they will actually act on it because they've been warmed up and you're not always hitting them with offers. Also, when you're doing these warm-up type of emails where you're hitting them, telling them about your product, features and benefits, pain points, stuff like that, always be price anchoring. Always be telling them this is the price of the product. Put that in the email. Just make it very clear this is the price of the product. That way, when you do hit them with an actual coupon or a discount, they're like, oh wow, this is actually a lot cheaper. Normally this product is $50, but they're offering it for $30. That's a pretty good discount. So you've price anchored effectively. Then when you hit them with a coupon, they actually act on it and buy immediately. Now, obviously this is going to work best with consumable type of products that they can buy over and over, buy monthly. So if you don't have a consumable type of product, I would say go wide with your product line and have a good selection of products that you can cross-sell people. Now, when it comes to cold emailing your past Amazon customers, I always recommend asking for a review. And don't just ask, hey, can you give us a review? Be special about it. Tell them the brand story. Tell them why reviews matter so much to you as a small Amazon business owner, right? Endear them and ask them for a review. It is not against TOS to actually ask for reviews. It is against TOS to incentivize reviews. So you don't necessarily want to do that, but I definitely recommend always asking for a review and making it very clear to the email opener that reviews are very important to you. Now, when linking from an email to your Amazon listing pages, I highly recommend that you use a tool called pixelfy.me. You can actually save 10% on this tool by using the promo code SAVE10. This is a very powerful tool because they create all different types of links that can be a deep link, which literally open the Amazon app if they click it on their smartphone. You can add them straight to the cart, so you can literally bypass your Amazon listing and just go straight into the cart, which is very effective when you're trying to avoid competition and related products. And you can also use a type of link that will help you rank higher on Google. It's called a canonical URL. But overall, I would say use the Supreme 3.0 URL in Pixelfy. Again, SAVE10 is the promo code that's going to get you 10% off, and pixelfy.me is just like one of the best ways to really link from off Amazon to your Amazon listing page. Now, when you are running special offers and when you're doing like non-sequence type of emailing, I highly recommend that you test out this strategy called the double tap. Now, what the double tap is basically you're gonna send out an email newsletter blast, right? Wait like 24 hours, let people actually open it, see it and stuff like that. If after 24 hours they haven't opened it, then what you do is you change the subject line, literally duplicate the email. It's the same exact email, but you slightly change the subject line, and then you're gonna wanna email all the people that did not open. Okay, so you got to do a quick segment and create a segment of people who did not open this one specific email. Then you're going to email all those people again with a slightly different subject line, same exact email, and I guarantee you your open rate will actually be higher and your click rate will be higher than the previous one. So overall, your creativity is going to be what helps you make the most money when it comes to email marketing. Creativity in your subject line, creativity in the topic that you're actually talking about in the email. You can actually put most of your content in that email, or you can link them over to like a different landing page is where most of your content is going to be. Definitely get creative with the types of content that you're doing. I personally love video content, so I love saying, hey, I just released this new video, click here to watch it now, links them over to YouTube. So definitely try to go the more content route, but also mix in products with your content. Like try to get creative with how can I create like content around my products so that I'm really telling them about my features and benefits of my products. I'm telling them the pain points that it solves, testimonials, success stories, before and afters, and make that in the content area. You know, people love stories. So if you do like a before and after talking about Joey and how you took Joey from being very fat and overweight to being very attractive and now he's a ladies' man on the show Friends. I'm just kidding. But stories work. That's why Hollywood makes millions of dollars with all their different movies. So if you want to endear people, build a relationship with customers so that when you do that next product launch, when you do that special offer, when you want to ultimately get them to buy something from you, they're going to do it because they like your brand. And ultimately when you want to then sell your brand, you can get a lot more money for it because you've got this very warm and engaged audience that actually acts when you ask them to. So lastly, I'll leave you with this one tip is set expectations accurately. I know your first instinct may be to sell, and just overpromise and make the product seem way cooler than it may be, right? But in the end, that's not going to help you because if they get the product and they're not happy with it and they realize, wow, I was overpromised and undelivered, that's gonna be a return rate, that's gonna be an increased bad review count, that's gonna be overall a person that does not come back and buy again from you. So sell in a very accurate and set their expectations accurately, right? Don't oversell it too much, but honestly, just try your best to be accurate and correct and close to real life as possible with your photos, with your videos, with your success stories, with everything that you do, because honesty is the best policy and transparency is always going to beat out this overinflated fakeness, right? So those are all the email marketing tips that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Click the like button if you did get value. Book a free call with me by going to evolvemediaagency.com and get our free Amazon listing checklist by going to zonchecklist.com. All right, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.